Kumaresan, Additional Advocate General, to felicitate the young entrants. Please, sir.
Honorable Justice V. Parthiban, my beloved friends, Chairman Bar Council, Mr. Amal Raj, President, Mr. Mohan Krishnan, and other friends who have been present here, along with this Balu, who made his efforts to have an enrollment to all of you. I thank you for all of you to be present here, and good evening, friends. And first thing which I wanted to say is 1989, when I got enrolled, I was sitting one among you. And now 2022, I am before you giving a lecture to you. And this shows how much time, how much years took for me for the translation. So only thing which I want to insist this is, you have to wait patiently for your growth in this profession. First, I could able to see the brightness in your face after you all took oath today. And now we have become all advocates. And now the only lesson which I wanted to tell you is hard work, patience, and dedications. And these are the three things only which you have to follow here. When I got enrolled, only few things which I want to say is, when I got enrolled in 1989, my parents immediately took me on the same day to a senior's office, Mr. N. Natarajan, and put me in his office. When I entered his office, I was given a warm welcome by all my seniors who be present. My senior was supposed to have a number of juniors, nearly around about 82 juniors my senior had throughout his lifetime. And when I entered his office, there were around about 15 members. I was given a warm welcome, and ultimately I was also given a seat. The seat which was given for me, I was seated in that particular position for nearly around about 3 to 4 months, the same seat. The reasoning is, I was not given any opportunity in the sense I was made to listen what has been the activities which has been going on in the office around me, and right from the morning what are the cases which seniors goes to the courts, and what are the activities of the juniors who has to assist the seniors, how they have to do prepare the other things and all. I was made to watch, but patiently I was doing all these things and all. No other go. Once we have started to go into this profession, we have to learn each and every day. We have to learn each and every lesson. So slowly when I started grow, and the seniors and my other friends started looking into my enthusiasm to coming to my office the early morning and leaving the office at the late night, assisting all those other senior persons. They started giving me cases. So that's so only first you should try to get into a good office where there will be a lot of cases. Don't expect that the seniors, once you enter to the office, will give you a brief, and the very next day they will make you to argue a case. And don't expect those things at all. Just started patiently wait, and you also try to learn the other things and all which has been around you. So as of myself is concerned, when I started this office, subsequently when they started giving me cases, first initially I started representing before the magistrate court, and then to the sessions court, and ultimately to the high court, which I now been holding as a post of an additional brigade general. So this is how my growth has taken place. So like that only you have also have to have a dedication, and don't go for immediate money as of the profession is concerned. Don't expect money immediately. As of our profession is concerned, it's a noble profession which will not pay you immediately. It's only the thing, each and every day you have to learn. As of our profession is concerned, it will pay you after some time. This is the only noble profession which, for reading other man's case, you have been paid. So reading is the main thing. As my other friend which was been saying here, regarding the judges and other things and all, what my senior first taught me is, first study the judge, how his activities, how he deals with the cases, other things and all. And next thing, study the facts of the case. And if time permits, study law. So these are the three things which my senior taught me. And this is how I was also started. First I started going into the court. If suppose in case if our one matter is been listed for us, suppose in case for instance for item number 15 or 20 is been listed in for our case, office case, don't wait for 15 or 14 of matters to be heard and then go entering into the court like a seniors. Try to enter to the court at the initial stage itself. Started watching the proceedings, what the judge deals with it, how the judge deals with it, how the judge is putting questions to the counsel, how the counsels are answering all those things at all. So you just try to learn all those things, step by step, you'll be in a position to grasp the judge. And the same thing when you started reading the facts of the case, you could also be in a position to know what to answer and what not to answer in this case, the cases which have been dealing with other things. And ultimately, you will start growing, you will learning, then ultimately, you will be in a position to have your own office, own juniors, other things will be growth. And the small experience, I doesn't want to take much of a time, I just wanted to have small experience. This is a profession which we can't expect everything to be had overnight or everything to be had within a fortnight or a very short time. This is a profession which we have to wait for a quite long time. For instance, when I've been started my profession career in 1989, I joined my senior's office who has been supposed to be known as a very famous criminal lawyer in Tamil Nadu, and ultimately he also went to Supreme Court for practicing. So we started assessing most of the cases to my seniors in the criminal, right from the magistrate court till the higher courts, and in some cases we have been asked to prepare some notes for the Supreme Court also. For one instance, 2001, I could remember, May, my senior was being appointed as a special public prosecutor for the Bombay blast case. You would be all knowing in which Dawood Ibrahim and one of the famous actors, Mr. Sanjay Dutt, was also made as an accused, in which my senior was made as one of the special public prosecutor who has been conducted the cases. 98, when he started the cases, 2001 the case got ended. That is in the stage of coming to the stage of arguments. So as usual, the senior bought all the bundles to my place from Bombay to Chennai. And on 1 May 1st, senior asked myself and one of my colleagues to come into his office and ask us to assist the case. As usual, we will be in a position when once we come to this profession, when we started working hard, and we will be just only thinking of when we will be having the holidays, only for some kind of relaxation and all. So as like a school children, we have been eagerly waiting that we are going to enjoy the vacation of May vacation. But ultimately, when senior called and asked us to do the work, no, Durga, we started our work on May 1st. May 1st, we started the work in the sense we started to read all the papers, the evidences, prosecution evidences, defense evidences, and the other exhibits which have been marked as exhibits in the trial court, and ultimately we've been asked to prepare the written arguments. So that exercise went up for a month, 30 days we went off. Right from the morning till evening 9 o'clock, we have been asked to do that work. Though to a certain extent, initially we've been reluctant to do that, but ultimately when we started reading the other cases, we got some kind of enthusiasm that we are going to work for a big case in the country. So ultimately we started preparing all those things, and ultimately for 100 pages arguments we prepared. For the written arguments we prepared the case, and ultimately June 1st week we were very much satisfied that we have gone through the entire papers. That 2001 exercise of preparing the written arguments on behalf of the prosecution does not end there. The lesson which my senior and the exercise which we did it in 2001 helped me in 2009. The reason which I am saying for this is, don't expect that one case, when you conduct one case with certain judgments, that immediately you can refer it in a month or in a year. So they will try to help you in future quite some years. The exercise which I did in 2001 along with my senior, that helped me in 2009. In the sense, 2009 I was appointed as a state public prosecutor. By the time that Coimbatore blast, you would have been knowing the Coimbatore blast which had in Coimbatore nearly around about more than 100 people died, and nearly around about 120 people have been made as an accused in this case. After the trial, it came for appeal before the High Court. And when I was appointed as a state public prosecutor, my duty was to defend the state in that case. So when I started defending the case, when I went through the bundle, I could able to find the same modus operandi what is being adopted in the Bombay blast case. Now you could able to understand. As far as the prosecution is concerned, I was assisting my senior in 2001. What I did, the exercise, what I did in that 2001 written arguments, I have to reproduce in 2009 as a state public prosecutor for the Coimbatore class. Immediately I went to my house, and fortunately I have stored that 1,000 pages arguments, and I searched for the papers, got the papers, and I went through the papers. And when I started comparing what the law which has been laid down in Supreme Court for the 2001 case, I could able to have the same proposition in 2009 case. So I started preparing myself in the 2009. I presented my case, and by the time His Lordship Justice Prabhas Sridevan and Mr. Satyanarayan was all there, they were very happy to hear the arguments, and I also informed that arguments it's not of my own. That's a thing which senior taught me in 2009, which I am now reproducing. So that's so the lesson which I got it in 2009 ultimately helped in 2009, and which ultimately I got succeeded. And in that case also 2001 also senior got succeeded. So this is how the profession will help us in so many ways how to develop other things. So don't expect money. Try to be very calm. Try to be very patient. And I could able to see the happiness today, and this happiness should continue for you ever, in the sense when you work hard, definitely you'll be very happy. Don't go for pain and practice. Have a pleasure and practice. Enjoy the practice. You also be in a position to learn more, and subsequently you will enjoy more than other professions in this noble profession. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.